face, bro. Sorry about
Yeah,
that,
so,
fellas. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I think he's a bit I think you hype him up a little bit too much. But I think because of his potential. Now me, I'm like, okay, cool, I get the hype and I get on potential. Yeah, but potential's not always reached, and I like to be factual. And I think I don't think he's a player that we can rely on to win us a game and all that sort of stuff. I think something about him, he drifts
I
off
think
in
at
games.
times we can. I think
Yeah,
at
what you said
times
about
we can.
where
I think at times we can.
okay, so you reckon if he'd, to turn have you ever seen him turn a game? He's young though, he's young, so I'm not expecting to do that. But that's why, but this is why
Um,
I don't overhype as much as how sometimes have people say because I know he's young as well. But then if when people sometimes talk in a certain way, I'm like, yeah, but he's not there yet. He can't. I don't see him to turn a game. I mean, yeah, I can see him be a collective and he can have a good game and he can score goals. But
I
I don't
think
see.
with Saka, no, I think there is games where he gives wonderful contributions. Um,
Yeah,
he does
this is a really good
score some good goals, but I tend to find that the team on that day is playing good as a whole. I
game.
think
He drifts off
again,
in as well. Sorry,
was that sorry? Say that again, sorry.
no, go on. What you saying? The
Yeah,
last bit.
I just think that in certain games, but in tough games, you can't really necessarily rely on him to really turn the game, in my
Yeah,
personal opinion. I think he always does well when the team is performing well. And when we're in control of the game, that's when we see our boy Saka perform.
mm,
And that's what I want him to know. I want him to know that, you know what, you appreciate him. You think he's got wonderful potential. It's just time that he needs to I want to see more consistency. I don't want him to get burnt
yeah.
out. I feel like
He
last
drifts.
season he was just burnt
Yeah.
out for the final third. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, even if you look at individual games, generally, it has flip flops sometimes in the sense of sometimes he starts games well, then drifts off in the
Yeah,
second
he
half.
disappears. Yeah, in second half he
That's it.
disappears.
Yeah, and just like the whole league, like he had in the league towards the end of it, he just drifted off for the
Yeah,
last 10
sometimes I
games.
don't
He
even
wasn't
realize
really
he's still on the pitch. He just
last
disappears.
10 games. Yeah, last 10 games when he's showing it. And what I say about the whole team is that when they needed to perform in the last three games or whatever, none of
Mm,
them showed up. So when
mm.
someone says they've got match wins and what, it's like we haven't because when you're playing okay Tottenham, you can say oh yeah, well it's Tottenham, blah 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 blah. Okay, but then you had Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? And no one even turned up against them. So you haven't got that, and obviously that comes maybe you say about the character and the mentality of the team and
I
stuff
think
like
it's
that.
maturity as well, and because what happened against Tottenham, I feel like we carried it. We carried it through to our next game. That whole disappointment, losing the derby in that
Yeah,
manner.
but
We
the
just
job wasn't
they were
done though. It wasn't.
emotional. I know,
I know,
but they
but
were
it wasn't even.
emotional, fam.
Mm.
I feel like they were emotional, bro. I feel like it was kind of like it's like they were mourning, bro. They're mourning that
Remember, it's all
serious loss.
they didn't even turn up, man.
That's what I'm saying.
They did that. They turned up and they lost. You know what I mean? But it's like they didn't even turned up. So I think you wanted to be like, all right, next game, let's make up for the last game against
Yeah,
Newcastle. No,
yeah.
they didn't even show up that game either.
But that's
Yeah,
where we say that's where we lack leaders because that's where leaders will come in and say,
yeah,
listen, guys, come on, keep your heads up. We've still got a task to do. Our objective is to get into the Champions League. Forget all of that. Don't worry about last week. But I feel like they didn't really have no one to really guide them on the pitch. And
I want a bit more
you
grit
know
in
what I
our
mean?
team. I think Saka's got a bit more of the grit, but I want some more grit. Like I want Saliba and Gabriel to have
Yeah.
a bit rough and a bit nasty, bit like, do you know what I mean? Like Ferdinand and Vidic sort of thing, a bit more of a like a same with the playing there, but
Oh,
not,
that's
not on
Ferdinand
first
and
like not
Vidic. That was a great
yeah.
partnership, man.
But what I'm talking about, I'm talking about that grit. I'm not talking about the level. I'm in regards to a bit like that, a bit of I mean rough and ready. Get a bit
But
rough and ready, bit a little nasty
Ferdinand's
streak.
one thing, but Vidic had so much grit, fam. Like that's his
Yeah,
whole defense was built on that. All these attributes were just straight grit, bro. I swear, he even looked like he had a broken nose, bro. Like them man, they just throw their head at the ball, blood.
yeah.
They
Bernard
just
said something
throw their
about him
head at
the
the,
other
you
day.
know what I mean? They
Yeah,
throw
that's
their
what he said.
body in front of the line. You get me? In front of the train, bro. The man ain't playing. So I think what it is, Mr. Lieber, we have to see how he's going to get on in the Premier League. We're going to have to see because, yeah, we know he looks good. He looks tidy. He looks strong. But can he really withstand the Premier League, the games? Um, the pressure is just going to be on. So we have to see
Yeah,
how he copes with it. He's still a young player. I mean, he came from playing in France. That's good still. Of course, they're going to
Yeah, but
do
he's
it.
welcoming it because remember he was talking like, yeah, I didn't even get my chance, blah blah blah. So it's not like he's shying away from it, which is a good thing. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
I can do it, like you know what I mean. And obviously he had his friend, his partner at the time. He went to
Mm,
Newcastle and started performing in it. So and
mm,
he's like, yeah, man, I want to show my thing
yeah,
in it.
yeah. I
So
think he can do it. Him and Gabriel. I think yeah,
uh,
that's going to be a good partnership. Yeah. So
so cool. So that's yeah, so that's the whole squad we've spoke about. So considering we've
yeah,
just done that, where do you think Arsenal gonna finish in the league? Actually, yeah, let's talk. Actually, let's say where do you want them? What's the aim you reckon it should be, and then where do you think they will do?
I think aim is top four. I definitely think it's top four. And I don't mean just skimming top four either. I want top four where we're in top four, bro. Even if we finish third. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be we're necessarily going to do that, but I think if we can bring in two more players before the end of the transfer window, I think um, if we can bring in Tielemans and maybe like a really good attacker who's got goals in him, someone who's pretty established, got experience, young or old. Um, I definitely think that we can definitely reach top four. Based on what I see now with the squad, um, I want us to reach fourth, third or fourth,
Mm.
but it may be fifth or sixth, bro. I'm not
Because the
really
thing is,
sure with the squad
it's
we've got
actually
now,
be
we can
realistic.
really.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing. I looked at the teams good, yeah, and then I looked at the subs. I thought, you know what, the subs are a bit light.
Mm,
I mean, it's still a bit light. Let me tell you the subs for one of the games. Yeah. So obviously they're gonna miss in. You got Tikat Tierney, he's missing, and Vieri. But
mm,
Vieri, we don't really know until we got to see why go on.
yeah.
It's like that way. But so Tierney, so they had Hector Bellerin, Runnison, Nketiah, Niles, Holding, Suarez, Pepe, Mari, Lukonga, Nelson, Eleni, Marquinhos, and Turner. So if you probably took that down into what a match day, it'll probably be Turner,
Mm,
Nketiah,
hmm
Holding,
hmm
Suarez, Pepe, and possibly Tierney.
Yeah, possibly.
So
Um, I mean,
oh yeah, but they got no, it could be more than that actually. It could be probably two more. So maybe Lokonga and Oneni maybe because obviously there's gonna be five subs now, isn't it?
yeah.
So the sub mix is gonna be bigger. So it's a bit light still. I think it's a bit light. It's a
I,
bit light
I think it's a bit light. I think it's a
in
bit
regards to
light.
performances. Because if you go by okay, because if Pepe reaches potential, then yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be a bad thing. If Nketiah does, then yeah. I mean, but on going on how they have been, I mean, to change the game if they
Mm.
needed. You know what I mean?
No, Smith Rowe would always be a good sub. So
Oh yes,
yeah,
Smith Rowe as well.
Smith Rowe would always be a good one. Um, I definitely think we need that midfielder, Lindsay. We need that midfielder. Um,
Yeah, you said two signs. I agree.
yeah, certain games Jaka won't be playing, so for him to kind of come on, that would be pretty decent. That'd be a strong player sort of coming on. Um,
Mm.
keep the midfield steady. Um, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. We just need a couple of really big players, especially another attacker as well. Because once we do that, then um, but then who would be who are you putting on the bench? Would that be Saka? Would it be Martinelli? Do you see what I mean? So it's like I think our bench doesn't look that strong, but it also depends on how strong we're performing as a team, as a squad in general. And I think that's the thing, it's the mentality, bro. It's the mentality because we've got some players there, young players with good, huge potential, but they're just not reaching it. And I think with a
Mm.
stronger, with a stronger mentality, I definitely think that some of them players could come off and really give a really big contribution. So like we said with Pepe, if we work on his confidence and make him feel that he is a valued member of the squad, is he gonna come on? Is he sometimes gonna come and change the game? He's got the ability to. We've seen him do it here or there, but he doesn't do it enough. So that's a confidence thing in my eyes.
Mm.
Um, I think as well, Nketiah, he might just need to just work as just be a poacher. That is it. Just look and seek goals. That is it. Don't try and do too much. I sometimes wonder to myself, are these boys trying to do too much? Your thing is just score goals. I don't think he's got any great technical ability.
Yeah.
I don't think he's particularly really fast or anything like that. I wouldn't say he's stands out. His dribbling ability stands out, but he needs to be just a fox in a box, bro.
Mm.
And maybe this is what we need to do is sort of help them create their identity as who they're going to be when they play for Arsenal. What is your role? What are you here to do, bro? And I think
Mm.
that's what it is. We need to really get to the bottom of it and really um, get these boys playing. With that, I think we won't look too bad, and the subs won't really be too bad either. So I think it's a mentality thing. We need to, and I think Arteta knows this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying, yeah, so you think we should aim for top three? So I'm guessing you're thinking of City and
I
Liverpool.
think only aim for top three. Only aim for
Mm.
top three if we bring in two more big signings. I think we can aim for that. I still think at the top is going to be Liverpool and Man City, in my personal opinion. So I think our competition has to be Chelsea, Tottenham, and Man United. Man United, I still think they're going to be in a holy turmoil this year, bro. I don't. I'm not convinced by them. I'm really not. I think Ten Hag's got a huge job on his hands, and it's not going to be plain sailing for them still. The ones who I am looking at is Chelsea and Tottenham, who I think we're going to have to be competing with for that third and fourth spot. And one of us out of the three is going to be the one who's going to end up without that top four.
Mm.
I want it to be Tottenham or even Chelsea, Southern. You see
Mm.
what I mean?
Okay.
Was
So that's the prep for the season. What about so our season starts next Friday?
yeah.
Again, started.
But before we go, what do you think, bro? I want to get your opinion. Where do you think we're aiming? What do you think?
You know what? Yeah, Arsenal is about Arsenal. Yeah, is that I think we need to be aiming for a top top three. I
Yeah.
always say you've got aim higher because
Yes.
there's no reason. I think if someone gives you a choice, um, you have to go higher. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just it's a question. It's just you pushing
Yes.
for the best in it. So obviously I can say top one, but if we're being realistically, I'll say yeah, as you said, top three. I do think that I was watching the teams, yeah,
Yeah.
and I hope what they need to get this mentality of, yeah, is just beating all the other teams that they think. So forget if they said, for example, like, just make sure they beat teams below. Yeah, and then you've got the three teams that they should, try and challenge
Mm.
that challenging, like City, United, Chelsea, Spurs.
Yeah.
If they can do that, because I look at City and I look at Liverpool, yeah, Liverpool were on one, like when they really started. But I think if our team is playing like how we expect them to play with these players, I think we could get points off them. And I think we'll see as well. Like I think they've done it. I think if they kept the same team and they brought Haaland in, I'll say
Mm.
they won the league. I'll clearly say they won the league. The fact they've stopped Fabinho, they got rid of well, Fernandinho stopped obviously because he retired or whatever
Mm.
from Prem. Then they let Jesus go, and they let
Mm.
Sterling go. I
Mm.
think that kind of evened it out. I think that kind of evened it
Yeah.
out because
I get
if
you.
you look, yeah, because if you look now they're relying on Grealish. Now that's pressure on Grealish. I don't know if Grealish can take that pressure. Yeah. Um, and obviously they've got Foden still there, and they've still got Mahrez. But them three players that come in, yeah, that they've left, they're all like big parts and they're different. Like something because if they start to struggle with the players that they got, they haven't got that. For example, if Mahrez starts to struggle, who's coming in for him?
Yeah. True. I hear you.
If
I hear you.
from before they had Zeus to come in, they had Sterling or whatever. Even on the other side, Grealish, if he
Mm.
struggles, they've got okay Foden. Foden's a baller. Foden's a
Mm.
baller. But other than him, who else would you say? Apart from Foden.
Mm. You're right, no. You're right.
And if you look at Grealish is not he like Jesus and Sterling. They're 100. They'll bomb at you all the time, bomb at you. Whereas in Mahrez, he's techies in it. He's more laid back sort of approach sort of play. Same as Grealish. Grealish is more a techie cutting sort of play. So if them two are struggling, they ain't got much alternative now. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got to hope that Alvarez
Yeah.
obviously jumps in now. They've got
Well,
to hope that
got
Alvarez jumps in with
Bernardo
Haaland.
Silva. Fantastic,
Mm.
bro. Bernardo Silva's really been performing, especially the last part of last season.
If they
Um,
put him there, so I think they've kind of
yeah.
even out. But I think we can get, well, especially from before at the start. I wonder when we played them. I think we can probably get results from them. Do you know what I mean? It's depending on,
Mm.
but they got to rely that Haaland gels in, and they got hope that Alvarez deals in nicely, and they've got to
Yeah,
see if Grealish can take the pressure of being
yeah,
that star that they're relying to get goals and all that, and assists and stuff. So
both.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we'll see.
Let's
Still,
see
we'll
how it
see if
goes.
he's really a
And
big player.
Liverpool, they've lost Mane, but they've got flipping Diaz. He's a beast.
He's a beast, bro.
But the thing is about the Liverpool team, they will just go. They can go. They will go in for the whole season. So we've got to see if Diaz can do that for the whole season and really, you know what I mean, because he can get, you know, what I mean, he can knock
Well,
himself
Nunez is
out.
he's looking like a really good striker for them, G. He looks like he's gonna
Yeah,
be a
Nunes as well.
top,
You got
so
to see
yeah, gonna be
how he
like a
drops in
top
there.
striker for them, yeah. Yeah,
And if they
so
can, I mean, when he gets to them hard times and them difficult games, you know, you know, Mane will just dig out something, or you know, what I mean, Jota or Firmino digging out something. So
yeah,
I mean, and I don't know how, you know, Nunes, now that Jota is going to be dropped, isn't it? If how that's going to
yeah.
affect. So I don't know, but I think, you know, what I mean, there's, you know, I think we can take points from them this season, but we got to play like with confidence and stuff.
I'm more confident against Man City, to be honest with you. Especially seeing their
Yeah.
game in the Community Shield was a bit, you know, Haaland. You know, I don't know what he's playing at. To be honest, I don't know what happened to him today. You know, I
You know
don't
what?
know.
You know what it is though. You got to think what it is though. It's his second game for the club. Yeah,
Yeah,
different way
yeah,
of City playing. City ain't played with a
yeah,
proper thing for a long time, and you
yeah.
can see the frustration because there's some times where De Bruyne was going to do something, and he moved in a different way, and Harden wanted it a certain way. He was more because he's more probably used to the ball just quickly coming to him. I mean, in certain ways, and you can
Mm,
see the frustration within the play. So,
mm,
and he's been injured in it, so he's
yeah,
only played 2 games. So, but you expect, and he can't, and it's weird as well because he laughed when he missed that chance. So it's like, yeah, well, you
yeah.
know, you got
Yeah, he knows he buries
yeah,
that.
yeah. So,
His eyes closed, isn't it?
it's about Pep, innit? If Pep can do
Yeah,
that transition of where he wants to be, because both teams have kind of, you know, what I mean, changed their ways a bit
mm,
at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's why I thought that if City didn't change it as much as they did, not that they changed it that much, but the little bits that I said, taking them three out, and then, I mean, having Alvarez in there, put a little pressure on Grealish or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just that you're trying to work out how it's going to work now.
Well, Pep is a genius, though, bro. So I
Yes, I'm
think
saying so.
yeah,
You
I
can
saw his
get
clock
Haaland
as
going.
well. So yeah, yeah. So I still think they're going to be the main two. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
consistently, innit?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. So we've got a big
We
one
made the game. What do you think of the game on what's the next on Friday? Start of the
Friday.
season
Yep,
again.
yep. Crystal Palace.
Don't want to repeat of last season's first win against Brentford.
Yep.
So we reckon
Um,
this Friday.
we need to go and win, bro. That's it. We need to just go and win. I expect us to win, man.
Yeah,
Simple.
because you know what? If they don't win, you know how much of an anticlimax it's gonna be, fam.
Exactly.
After
I
all
mean,
this
these
hype.
boys, they don't need that pressure on their head. Not these boys. They need to go there,
Exactly.
just win their first game against Crystal Palace. It's going to be, you know, a bit of a tough task, but a task that we should be able to overcome.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
that's what I'm expecting to win. Expecting a 3-1 win, Arsenal.
No goals, fam. There's no goals. Even though I did see like I did see a couple of spaces come in, like, because I want them to get that, you know, that ability of like, yeah, we're not letting no goals in, fam. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah,
letting no
that's
goals
true.
in.
That's true. That's
So I want
true.
them to get that, but I did see like a couple chances against Seville where, you know, I mean, I was a bit like, hey, we're going for that.
Yeah.
You know, we're going
But
for that defending
Yeah.
here. Had to get a job.
Palace is a bit of an outfit still. They're a bit of an outfit still. You know what I mean? So um,
Yeah, yeah, one of
hopefully
stars
we
though.
get a clean sheet. Hopefully, but we struggle with against Palace sometimes. We do struggle sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, I'll be
We
happy
need
just I'll just be happy
Tommy
just to
back.
win from.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
Tommy back.
yeah,
Oh, that's the only thing back, man, because it's weird because because people say, oh yeah, but he's his injury. I'm like, you know, he's only had one injury, you know, like he hasn't had pure injury. It's the one injury that's been like,
yeah,
it's not like you can't say he's injury prone because he's had one injury and it's the same injury. He came back too early and you could see that he was still injured. And it's
yeah,
been the same injury. So he's just had one injury.
yeah,
Because someone was like trying to compare him to Tierney. I'm like, no, Tierney's had different injuries and Niggly's in the comeback and Niggly and no. And for
yeah,
how long? Tommy
yeah,
has had one injury and it's the same injury that's kept him out all this time.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they've had a little rest anyway. So hopefully they come back. But I
Yeah,
think Tierney's come back training.
yeah, that's good. And yeah, and I hope it's just precautions, really. I hope they're just, you know, just mindful not to bring him back too early. But everything's healing well, and hopefully we can see Tomiyasu
Mm,
at least by at least third game in, second or third game in. I'm hoping, you know what I mean. I don't think he'll make Friday, but hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks or so we'll see him.
Cool. So we're back.
Yep. We're back on
Post-match
Friday.
pre-match, post-match pre-match coming.
Yep. The pre-match.
Mm.
So you'll catch
Lead
us
us
in
to
the
the
pre-match.
game right
again.
here.
That's right. Yeah, man. The allegiance, my allegiance to the game. Arsenal allegiance, the Gunners. First game back. We need to do it, man. We need to do it. Get a win against Crystal Palace. And it'll be a good win. Now, nice London derby. Get it in. Move on to the next. I believe we got after that, was it Leicester as well, wasn't it?
Or straight after.
Yeah, I believe we got Leicester as well. So this will be time just to get a good one against decent teams. Just show ourselves, impose
Yeah.
ourselves.
So what do you want? What do you want? The first what teams? How many games? First 5 games.
Yeah,
So we can get to okay. Yeah, first 5 games. Yeah. So first games is Crystal Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth,
yeah,
Fulham, Villa,
yeah,
and then after that, that's when we got the first.
yeah.
I guess
So
it's compared to Man United. After that, Man United.
yeah, in the first 5
So if we
games,
can
it might be a big
get
ask to
one of
say I want all wins. It'd be a big ask to get maximum points from each game, but that's what I want. That's what I'm
shouldn't be, yeah,
expecting.
shouldn't be. This is what I'm saying. This is about standards, isn't it?
Yeah,
Standards. You have to have high standards, otherwise that desperado bit. You see, like when you watch like a Liverpool play, right, and they're losing
mm,
like 1-0 and they've got
mm,
10 minutes to go. Yeah. When you settle for stuff and say, oh no, okay, fair enough, it's only 1-0, we just need to get a draw. But when you know like that's not good enough, fam, we need to get a win. That's winning them last 10 minutes. You're gonna fight, and that's when you get them chance when you get back and you go and get your little 2 goals in the last 10 minutes.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah,
Not settle.
absolutely.
So we can't settle. We need to say yes, 5 wins, man. Yeah,
And they're
it
5
can be
winnable
done.
games as well. They're 5 winnable
Exactly.
games. We need to get it in.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Palace, I mean, even Leicester, if Tillemans is still there, that's what we've got to confirm for him. You've got to be here, fam. Do you know what I mean? Slap the
Yeah.
boss to the point of like, look, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. By that game, I don't expect him to be playing, bro. Not playing. It's coming to us. He's not playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
What
I mean, then come on, then you got Bournemouth. Come on, you got to be saying that's a win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, then you got Fulham. Got to be saying that's a win.
Oh, we're
Then
gonna
you got
slap
Villa.
Fulham over easy. Yeah.
Then you got Villa now. Come on, okay, Villa. No, decent, whatever. But come
I
on,
got, we can do a job. We can do it. We can, yeah, we should beat them.
and
Might be a
then
bit of a
comes
hard task, but we should get over that. Get over the
and then
line.
the
Yeah.
start of September. First game was September, and the 4th is Man United. Then
That's
there you go.
right. That's right. Yeah, man. They start that month nice, isn't it? Brilliant,
Yeah,
man. So yeah, people, we'll catch you Friday for the pre-match. Allegiance to the game.
That's a
Peace.